So your business rises or falls because of you. You're super smart. You know everything. Product knowledge is in your head. The answers to every objection is in your head. How to resolve every customer service problem is in your head, right? Because you built the business. Sales tactics and strategies are all in your head. Like, you are the business. The business is successful because of you. Now, if you want to take, say, just a week-long vacation, what happens to your business? Who answers the questions about your products? How are customer service issues resolved? Remember, because all this is in your head. What happens to the business if you get sick, right? You have all the relationships, with your vendors or with key vendors, or that all the resources and know-how are all in your head. Like, all the SOPs that should be somewhere where anyone else can access it, it's all in your head, right? What happens to the business if you get into an accident or you simply get hurt? Let's say you have a partner. Forbid you have a disagreement with that partner who has all the info in their head. And remember, you're human, prone to mistakes, and that means other people will also make mistakes. So the business is determined by your sheer will and brain. Here's something that happened. There were two guys who started a business from ground zero, literally from the ground up. One knew operations and one knew sales. Both wore many hats in both departments for years. The business had to grow, yet it was limited until they focused in specific areas. So one more so in sales and the other more so in operations. As the business grew, it required more time from each person. They were small, and when they had sales, they also had to provide the customer service, because when you provide sales, a lot of times you're still involved in the customer service aspect of it. And so the customer service issues begin absorbing tons of the individual time. Operational issues on the back end begin taking away from lead or deal flow. And basically, it's just growing pains. That's what happens in small businesses, right? Or as you grow, there's tons of issues in every area taking individual time to resolve. From sales to customer service, tech support, working with vendors, and a whole lot more, right? Everything had to be figured out on the spot. And so it began to take time away from their sales, which is what brings the income in for the business. And so there weren't any procedures, no processes, no steps in place to put out these fires. Each situation seemed to require, unique individual time. As the team began to grow in sales revenue, the issues grew along with it, right? And that's, again, growing pains. That just happens, right? And everything is requiring more and more individual time. Let's say you bring a sales rep in. When they bring in a certain number of clients, unless you have customer service who strictly handles that, those sales reps, as they grow, they begin to get a little bit bogged down many of the issues that they face as well, which are customer service issues. Well, you told me this, or I didn't get this, right? There's all these different things that require their individual time. So that could be sales rep training, that could be payroll, that could be contracts, telemarketer phone calls, local government taxes, chargeback issues, frauds, funds being held, setting up and installing terminals, POS systems. Then you have like the unethical sales reps, you have the shady business owners, the shady bankers. Like, there's so many different things, like internal staff disputes, there's sick time, you name it. Like, all the things that a real company has to deal with while they're growing, right? Actually, in this case, the growth became stunted, requiring too much individual time. So internal staff disputes, sick time, you name it, things a real company has to deal with. And the growth became stunted, requiring too much individual time. And so if you don't have systems, your business cannot scale, right? Businesses that rely on even the most genius person are limited to that person. When that person leaves, the business is over. The kind of leader that you bring into a company to grow the company, they're there to build strictly based upon their skill sets and their knowledge, but they're not building the company, because again, when they leave, everything leaves with it, right? And so your business should be built around a system that runs like a machine. Once these guys begin implementing the systems, the business began to grow to the point where they were doing billions of dollars in annual sales revenue every year, running it more like a machine. And machines, they don't take lunch breaks. They don't take long lunch breaks at that, right? They don't have personal needs like taking care of their children or significant other. They don't need a ton of downtime. They don't need long vacations or short vacations for that matter. Machines work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. And that's the beauty of it, right? And here's the thing. You create the machines, the processes, the procedures, the AI, the protocols. We often get scared to think that, machines will replace us, but you want the system to be hardworking, the machine to be hardworking and ethical and provide great experience. It's up to you, right? Create the machine that you want to provide the optimum value to your clients. Now, if you think this was helpful, hit the like button. If you have questions or ideas that can help others, please share them in the comments. And if you want more of this, hit the subscribe button. This is Khaazra. I'm out.